Once the first alien warships appeared beyond Pluto, humanity knew the day predicted by generations of scientists had finally arrived. The sky did not explode into chaos. Cities did not panic. Governments did not collapse. Instead, every emergency network across Earth displayed the same message in every language: Protocol Atlas has begun. For decades, humanity had prepared for the impossible while pretending to prepare for nothing at all. The truth had been hidden beneath oceans, mountains, and even inside the moon itself. The world appeared divided by politics and borders, but behind closed doors every major nation had quietly contributed to a single project designed for one purpose: ensuring that if the galaxy ever came for Earth, humanity would never fight a fair war. The invaders believed they had discovered a primitive civilization barely capable of reaching its own solar system. Their scouts reported outdated chemical industries, limited fusion technology, and a species still arguing over resources. Confident in their superiority, the Supreme Galactic Coalition assembled the largest invasion force in recorded history. More than 60,000 warships representing 87 alien empires surrounded Earth's solar system. Millions of soldiers waited inside armored transports while planetary annihilation cannons charged in perfect formation. To the galaxy, the battle was already over. On the flagship Dominion of Stars, Supreme Commander Zarkov smiled as holographic displays showed Earth completely encircled. "Transmit the surrender demand," he ordered. "Give the humans 1 hour. It is tradition." The message echoed across every satellite and communication frequency. "Surrender your planet. Destroy your military. Accept eternal occupation. Resistance is extinction." Every alien officer expected fear. Instead, exactly 12 seconds later, a reply arrived from Earth. It contained only 4 words. "You are too late." Laughter erupted across the Coalition bridge. Too late? Their fleets controlled every approach. Thousands of orbital weapons targeted Earth. Escape was impossible. Victory was certain. Zarkov prepared to order the first strike when every display aboard every Coalition vessel suddenly flickered. Navigation systems failed. Quantum communications disconnected. Artificial intelligences went silent. Across 60,000 ships, alarms screamed simultaneously. Engineers rushed through corridors unable to explain why reactors continued operating but weapons refused commands. Then every monitor changed to a single image, a blue marble slowly rotating against a field of stars. A calm human voice spoke. "Welcome, Coalition Fleet. This is Earth's Strategic Intelligence Network. We regret to inform you that this battle concluded 23 years ago." Confusion spread across every command deck. The AI continued. "During your first observation missions, you unknowingly deployed autonomous surveillance probes throughout the solar system. We captured every one of them. Rather than destroy them, we allowed them to continue transmitting carefully designed information. Every strategic decision you have made since then has been based upon intelligence written by humanity." Silence followed. The impossible truth slowly settled over the alien commanders. Every report claiming Earth's weakness had originated from their own spy network, after humans had secretly rewritten it. Every invasion route had been chosen because humanity wanted them there. Every fleet movement had been anticipated decades before the Coalition even voted for war. Zarkov demanded verification. His intelligence officers searched encrypted archives only to discover something horrifying. The historical records had changed. Every classified report carried microscopic digital signatures never noticed before, signatures created by human code. Humanity had infiltrated not merely the Coalition's computers but its entire intelligence doctrine. Before anyone could react, another message arrived. Stage 1 complete. The sun itself suddenly shimmered. Millions of alien sensors detected impossible energy surges emerging from beneath the solar surface. Hidden inside carefully engineered stellar collectors, built over 30 years by self-replicating construction drones disguised as asteroids, enormous gravitational engines awakened. Humanity had never intended to build the biggest fleet. They had built the biggest power source. Solar energy flooded into orbital platforms concealed within Mercury's magnetic shadow. Thousands of objects previously mistaken for natural rocks unfolded into kilometer-long warships forged from asteroid metal. Mars opened to reveal underground shipyards. The moon split along ancient seams as colossal defense stations emerged from beneath its crust. Even Earth's orbital debris transformed into billions of autonomous combat drones. The Coalition realized too late that they had never surrounded a defenseless planet. They had flown willingly into the center of a fortress disguised as a civilization. Admiral Sophia Reyes stood inside humanity's unified command beneath Antarctica. She looked at the tactical display without emotion. All enemy fleets are within predicted engagement zones. Around her, commanders representing every nation nodded together. There were no flags in the command center except one, the blue planet itself. Permission to execute Atlas. Granted. Across the solar system, gravity shifted. Invisible fields generated by hidden lunar arrays bent space itself. Coalition ships attempting to maneuver found their engines pushing against artificial gravitational tides. Entire formations drifted into carefully calculated positions where human kill satellites had perfect firing solutions. No explosions announced the beginning of battle. Instead, precision beams traveling at light speed silently erased command vessels one after another. Before the Coalition understood they were under attack, nearly 4,000 flagships vanished. Without central coordination, alien formations collapsed into confusion. Yet humanity still refused to destroy retreating ships. Instead, cyber warfare units released another weapon decades in development. Every surviving Coalition vessel suddenly received complete recordings of secret meetings among the alien governments that had organized the invasion. Soldiers discovered their leaders had lied about humanity's intentions. Civilian populations across the galaxy watched undeniable evidence proving the invasion had been launched solely for political power and resource theft. Rebellions erupted on hundreds of worlds before the first day of fighting ended. Entire empires withdrew from the Coalition, not because humanity forced them, but because their own citizens demanded peace. Furious, Zarkov ordered the activation of the Coalition's final weapon, the stellar collapse cannon, capable of destroying the Sun itself. The gigantic device began charging as escort fleets sacrificed themselves protecting it. Humanity had anticipated this. Deep within Jupiter floated something no alien telescope had ever recognized, an enormous lattice woven from dark matter harvested over decades. Officially, Jupiter possessed strange magnetic anomalies. In reality, it concealed the largest quantum gateway ever built. Admiral Reyes smiled for the first time. Open the horizon. Space behind the Coalition weapon simply disappeared. A silent black circle wider than a continent emerged, revealing not another location but another era. Through the gateway came thousands of human vessels unlike anything the present generation had built. Their hulls glowed with impossible alloys. Their engines distorted reality itself. The lead ship transmitted a message. United Terran Expeditionary Fleet. Returning from the Andromeda Initiative. Estimated travel time from your perspective, 112 years. Estimated travel time for us, 6 months. The Coalition stared in disbelief. Humanity had not merely explored another galaxy. They had mastered relativistic pathways allowing them to build civilizations beyond the Milky Way while almost no time passed on Earth. During the decades the Coalition believed humans remained trapped in one solar system. Billions of humans had settled thousands of worlds beyond known space. The invasion fleet surrounding Earth was suddenly outnumbered by descendants of the very species they intended to conquer. The future had arrived to defend its own past. Commander Elias Ward stepped onto the bridge of the flagship Endless Horizon. He addressed every alien frequency simultaneously. You believed you were attacking humanity's home. This is only our birthplace. We have already crossed galaxies you have never mapped. We have allies beyond your imagination. We came back, yet far beyond the Milky Way, something ancient had been watching. In the darkness between galaxies drifted structures so enormous they surrounded dying stars like cages. They belonged to a civilization known only in forgotten myths as the Architects, the first intelligent species to master cosmic engineering nearly 2 billion years earlier. Their automated observatories had monitored every advanced civilization ever born. Most eventually destroyed themselves through war. Others stagnated. Earth had just crossed that threshold. Deep inside an abandoned stellar archive, a machine that had slept for over 1 billion years suddenly awakened. Candidate civilization detected. Species designation, humanity. Status, impossible. The machine transmitted a signal across intergalactic space. For the first time in eons, the architects were coming home. 6 months later, while the galaxy celebrated an age of peace, every observatory detected an impossible phenomenon. Entire constellations disappeared, not because the stars exploded, but because something larger passed in front of them. At first astronomers believed it was sensor failure. Then telescopes focused. Thousands of objects, each the size of a solar system, were moving toward the Milky Way in perfect formation. No engines. No heat. No radio signals. Only gravity itself bending around them. Panic spread through every civilization. Even humanity's Andromeda fleet had never encountered anything remotely comparable. The Galactic Assembly immediately called an emergency session. "Can we fight them?" one delegate asked. No one answered. Human scientists analyzed the incoming objects and reached a terrifying conclusion. They aren't ships. They are factories. Factories capable of constructing fleets from entire star systems. Admiral Reyes, now serving as Supreme Protector of the Galactic Alliance, ordered every human exploration fleet to return immediately. Within days, quantum gateways across thousands of galaxies opened simultaneously. Humanity's true strength finally became visible. Not thousands of warships. Not millions. Over 200 million interstellar vessels answered the recall. Exploration fleets. Scientific expeditions. Colony defense forces. Medical relief carriers. Mining armadas. Terraforming platforms. Every human civilization, scattered across countless galaxies, began the journey back toward Earth. Alien observers watched in stunned silence. For decades they had believed they had seen humanity's military. In reality, they had only seen Earth's local defense force. When the first architect vessel finally entered the Milky Way, it ignored every fleet waiting to intercept it. Instead, it stopped exactly 1 light-year from Earth. A single beam of white light emerged. Every communication system in every language activated automatically. The message contained only one sentence: "We have come to evaluate the human." The translation was perfect. The architects already understood every human language. Which meant they had been studying humanity for a very long time. A holographic figure appeared above Earth's orbit. It resembled no living creature. Instead, it constantly shifted between forms. "I am Custodian Zero," it announced. "For 2 billion years we have watched civilizations rise and fall. You are the first to achieve absolute military superiority. And choose mercy." The Galactic Assembly remained speechless. Custodian Zero continued. "We created the galactic barrier to slow technological expansion. We seeded worlds. We guided evolution. We erased civilizations that became existential threats." A murmur swept through the chamber. Everything they believed about history had been manipulated. Then came the revelation that changed everything. You believe humanity evolved naturally. You did not. Silence. The human genome contains genetic mathematics impossible for your planet's biology. Your species was designed. Admiral Reyes stared at the projection. Designed, by whom? For the first time, the ancient intelligence hesitated. Not by us. The answer shocked even the architects themselves. We searched for your creators for 1 billion years. We never found them. Instead, they found only one message hidden inside humanity's DNA, a message that activated only after the species proved capable of uniting an entire galaxy. Custodian Zero projected the decoded sequence into space. Every scientist present recognized it instantly. It wasn't biological. It was coordinates. Coordinates pointing far beyond every known galaxy. To a region where the universe itself appeared to end. The final line of the message contained only 7 words. When you are ready, come find us. For the first time in 2 billion years. The architects looked afraid. And humanity realized that defeating the greatest fleet in galactic history had never been the final victory. It had only been the entrance examination. Beyond the edge of the universe, the true creators of humanity were waiting.